Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. Been kind of taking us on an update as we get the Premier Study Bible going. So we're finally getting some Old Testament first pages, as they're called, in. So, like here's Genesis. It's going to be very conservative for the most part. Let me qualify what I mean by for the most part. Like authorship, it's just going to say Moses wrote the Pentateuch, Moses wrote Genesis, no questions. It's going to go with the modern evangelical conservative 1446 for the writing of Genesis instead of like 1490-ish, all this. And 1446 Exodus is what I'm trying to say. So you can kind of see, this is what it's going to look like. You can see there's a lot of notes in here. Now, fascinating thing is when you get 80, 90 people helping on a project, maybe more than that, even though we all agree on the basics, you do get some fascinating quirks of doctrine. So as you're reading through this, 95% is just going to be amazing. It's life transforming. But every so often, somebody's particular little slant on something may come through. So that's just the nature of it. But this is archaeological things like extra biblical creation accounts. But you can see the amount of notes is a lot. And so then it has personality profiles, character studies, like on Adam. Brother O.C. Marler, Brother Larry Booker did most of those. I think there may have been some rewrites by some other people as well. But you can see the center column reference, really good, deep, dark headers. And the print's going to look a lot bigger than it's looking probably on your screen right now, just because the pages are bigger than my iPad. So, on the iPad, you can do it like that. So, and we're just hoping that the Bible is not too humongous. It's not going to be. It's as a matter of fact, for study Bibles, it's going to be kind of on the smaller side. Now, when people compare it to a Dake and a Thompson chain, it is going to be thicker than them, but the print's going to be bigger, and it's just set up differently. So, like there's a character study on Eve. I was going to see if we could find us an InText map. There's some more. The Epic of Gilgamesh. Cities associated with Nimrod. These are little archaeological factoids. The Tower of Babel, a little archaeological factoid there. So we're trying to make it very informative. I think a few thousand of these have already been purchased to go to Kenya, and they're already beginning to translate it into Spanish, which is good. It's like the Samaritan King list. It's also coming out on an app. Nelson owns Olive Tree, so they're helping us with an app. And so that will be good. You can see the InText map. It's going to be loaded with InText maps. I had to go through all the InText maps, and the number of InText maps at the moment escapes me. I want to say it was like 56 or something. Like this is the life of Abraham. So like in the Thompson chain, you have to find all that in the back. This is meant to be more user friendly. Now, I'm in no means trying to say like this is the study Bible the most information or anything. There's study Bibles with more information. There's no doubt about it. This has got an enormous amount of information, and it's got more information than like the KJV Study Bible 2 done by the good folks at Liberty University and that type thing. So it's got an enormous amount of information, but we're trying to get essential and accurate information, first of all, on salvic doctrines, the new birth experience, conversion, who Jesus is, how do you live your life, conduct your life, and then just on practical things, where Abraham was, who is Abraham, how does he fit into the story of the Bible, the scriptures, and on and so forth. And it's going to be written very conservatively. So, obviously from a Pentecostal viewpoint as well, apostolic, here's a lot. So this is Genesis, we're getting there, so you keep praying for us and asking the Lord to help us. If you go to insigniabooks.com, you can pre-order it. It comes in a leather soft for I think if you pre-order it's $74.99. Montana cowhide is $109.99, which is underpriced, by the way. It should have been $149.99. Because it's not just genuine leather, it is Montana cowhide. And then there is, I still think, a few of the Moroccan leathers left for $229.95. And these have the raised bandings. This is going to be an amazing quality Bible. And it's a limited print run of only 1,000. So, there you go. Keep praying for us. God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.